Hi guys, we're going to go to our next math lesson. So yesterday we were doing single digit multiplication. Today we're going to look at what happens if we take that single digit multiplication and we extend it into the tens place or into the hundreds place. Okay, so I'm just going to look at this first one here, 5 times 3 equals 15. That's one we did yesterday. So I'm just going to look at it on the back of the page, or of the board here. So when we said we had 5 times 3, that was the same way as saying, well, what if we had 5? We looked at the multiples of 5. So that'd be 5, 10, 15. If we kept going, it would be 20 and 25. If we have 3 5s, 5, 5, and 5, that gives us 15. Okay? Now, if we look at the multiples of 50, right? 1 50 is 50, 2 50s is 100, 3 50s is 150. If we kept going, it would be 200 and 250. I'm going to squeeze in at the end there. So 3 50s gives us 150. Let's look at 500. If we have 1 500, we have 500. 2 500s is 1,000. 3 500s is 1,500. And if we kept going, that would be 2,000 and 2,500. If we look at our pattern, here's our third multiple of 500, right? So if we look at our pattern, 15, 150, 1,500, when we add a 0 to our one of our number that we're multiplying, what happens to our product is that we get that same 0. So if we have 5 times 3, we have 15. If we go 50 times 3, we don't actually need to know 50 times 3. As long as we know 5 times 3 is 15, we know by the pattern that that's going to be 15 with the 0, or 150. If we go 500 times 3, well, once again, we don't need to know 500 times 3. As long as we know 5 times 3 is 15, and then we're going to end up with the same amount of zeros as was put on the 5, right? So it's a pattern we can work with, and it helps us a great deal when we get into bigger multiplication. So on the page that we had, just setting this back again, we would say, well, 5 times 3 is 15, 50 times 3 is 150, and 500 times 3 is 1,500. Now, on the page I gave you, there's a little bit of a trick to this when we put them, or the formatting goes kind of funny. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So hopefully you guys can see my screen okay. I'm holding with my shaky hands here. Let's go to 5 times 3 is equal to 15 at the top. Okay? If I want to put in the answer for 50 times 3, well, underneath there's some cells here. And if I use my arrow button on the side here, I can move over in the cells. So if I want this answer to be 50 times 3, it's 1, arrow over, 5, arrow over, 0, 150. Okay? If I want in the cells for 500 times 3, I can go right under the 3, and my answer is going to be 4 digits, right? 1,000. Oops, I hit the 1 twice. Arrow over, 5, arrow over, 0, arrow over, 0. And that's how I can make it so it looks nice underneath it. If you just put the numbers in and it goes, if I click on it here, if I take that away, you're going to end up with the numbers stacked, and it's like 1, 5, 0, and they end up being stacked like this. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I can still see what your answer is. Your answer is 150, but just as a little side note, if you want to make it look good, just click underneath the 3, go over 2 places. There it gives you your 1, your 5, and your 0. And then it kind of looks a little more like what it would look like if you were doing it on paper. So anyway, a little note just for how it looks on the page when you send it in to me. All right, guys, hopefully that helps. Keep working hard, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.